Okay, so the spray foam is kind of shifting around, so I had to hang it upside down so it'll keep its shape. Yeah, it's really weird. Like, you can touch it and it just like, I don't know how to explain it. Hopefully this dries quickly, because if not, it's going to like sag down. So I got the eye mechanisms down. Ignore these. This is a placeholder. It looks similar enough, so I'm just going to use it for now. But when I turn this tiny gear, they both move. That gear is attached to a motor from an RC car, so it's really strong. So when I hit this button, it works, but it's way too fast. So I've got to find a weaker motor. This is another RC car that I got from the dollar store, actually. I don't know how they were selling that for so cheap. I hope it works, because when I push the button, it just kind of makes a noise. So I'm going to take this apart and see if the motor works well. If it works slow enough to run that, then I just found a cheaper way to make eyes. So, yeah. Okay, so this motor might actually be broken, so I'm going to see if I can replace it. Just like, that's all it moves. Oh, wait. This might be able to work, actually. I'll see. So the batteries were the problem. Like, I fixed it. We're good. No matter what I try with this, it is just breaking. So, I'm going to use an actual, like, robotic set that I got at Goodwill. And this should work a lot smoother. If it doesn't, oh well, but it'll at least work. Okay, so at this point, like, I can make the eyes move, but with the motor that I have, like, I've tried 3 different types of motors, and none of them work for what I want. I want the eyes to be able to move, like, left and right like this. With this motor, they go like this, and like that. So I think I'm going to opt out of moving eyes, because, yeah, I'm not getting this to work. It's just not working. So what I'm going to do instead is just have like a blink mechanism, and I'm just going to do really detailed LED eyes. I might make the LEDs move by like a puppet mechanism, but I am done with motors. So here's the progress so far. Today I'm hoping to shape the faceplates, get the jaw covered in foam, add in the LEDs, or solder them at least, and then get the first layer of hair done. Once again, I am taking this to a Comic-Con, and I kind of need both hands if I want to buy anything from Artist Alley or something like that. So I'm going to have a hook right here. There's going to be a front panel on this. This is just going to stick out. And then I'm going to have this piece, which attaches to the waist harness, and this little hook at the bottom. So if I want to just use both hands, I will take this will be attached to that, hook it on here, and then that will just hang on my leg, so I can use both hands. And I can always just take it off if I want to use the claw again. I got the skirt covered in fabric, and I accidentally cut it just a little, where is it? Just a little bit too short. So I'm gonna have to improvise on this one and see if I can get it the right length, because I already cut out the other piece to match this one. So I'm gonna have to see if it'll work. Alright, so this looks like a mess right now, but I finally figured out all the wiring. So, 9 volts, 3 LEDs for the back piece. I did a warm white. I have a nice guide here for all my colors. But yeah, that's going to go on the back, and I'm just going to put the switch on the back to make things simple. Okay, then this one is going to be for the face, and since I don't have a resistor, I'm just going to use this, and I'll probably put in the mouth to make it glow. But yeah, I figured it out. Now I gotta solder. So here's just a cool thing I'm putting into my costume. These are from an ice cream cone box to keep them from breaking. They work absolutely perfect for the shoes I'm working on, so I thought that was just kind of cool.
You're not who I expected to see. You don't really know who your employer is, do you? It feels like my birthday. Did you have a gift for me?